This is exercise 6-10 railing family, and we're going to have to work a little bit differently with this one because of the way things were created in previous files. So what I'm going to do is I am going to open one of these 3D views of the parking area, and then that zooms in on my railing portion here. Okay, I'm going to go to the Insert tab, and actually what I'm going to do is there's a file that I've uploaded in Blackboard for you, and it's called Baluster Crescent City. So this is the baluster we want to put into this project. So we're going to say load into project, and then we're going to load it into this project here. So now if you scroll down your project browser to your families, under railings, you'll see that that Crescent City railing has been added in. And it added a 20mm and a 25mm. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to click on the railing in our parking area 3D view, and we're going to hit Edit Type. And under Duplicate, we're going to say Duplicate, and we want to name it M_railing Crescent City. Whoops. It'd be helpful if I spelled it right. Yes. Make sure you're checking your spelling. Okay. I'm going to say OK. Then over across from rail structure, we're going to hit Edit. And we are going to delete all of the rails except for new rail 1. So we're going to just click on them and hit delete, 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 and we're going to leave that new rail 1. We're going to set the height to 250.0, and this is in millimeters, which is why it looks a little weird. And we're going to set the profile right here to the M rectangular. So M rectangular handrail 50 by 50 millimeters. And set the material over here to wrought iron. So we click on the 3 dots, which opens the material browser, and we type in iron, and we're looking for wrought iron right here. So we're going to click that up button. Okay, select wrought iron and say OK. And then we're going to say, we're just going to check our work, right? And we're going to say OK. Now we're going to select baluster placement next. So we're going to click Edit. And we're going to set the family, this family right here, to M_baluster Crescent City. So we want to find that. And we're looking for the 25mm. There it is. We're going to set the host to the top of the rail element. So right here we have top of rail element, host, top of rail. And we're going to set the offset to 50 feet. So it says top offset. This should be 50.0. And the distance from previous should be 200. So it's just saying, what do you want the space to be between each one of these balusters? Okay, and again, it's in millimeters, so it's a little funny looking, but you'll see when we're done what we're doing here. Okay, so we're going to come down, we're going to set the start post right here to none, and we're going to set the corner post to none, and we're going to set the end post to none. Okay, and then lastly, we want to set the top rail height to 800. Oh, so say OK. We find the top rail, the height right here. We're going to say 800. And then we're going to say OK. Alright, great. So now you can see in this our view that our railing has changed to those, the Crescent City railing. Now we're going to set some global parameters for this. So we're going to select the Manage ribbon, come up to Manage, and then we're going to select the Global Parameters button. So remember, if you're not sure which one is Global Parameters, you just come over and start highlighting things, putting your mouse over stuff, and then it gives you a little window and it'll tell you what you're clicking on. So Global Parameters, and we're going to make a new parameter. So that's the new parameter. We want to name this baluster material. and we want to set the type of parameter to material. So type of parameter right here, where is it? Oh, right here, material. And we're going to say OK. We're going to set the material to raw iron. So we're going to click in here, click on the 3 dots. And we're looking for raw iron. Say OK. And then we're going to select a new parameter. And this one's going to be named railing material. And then we're going to set the type parameter to material. Say OK. And then we want the railing to also be raw iron. And say OK. Alright, so this, in case you're wondering, baluster and then the railing. Okay. Great. And we're going to say OK again. Alright, so now over here in the project browser, it says locate the top rail type rectangular. So we got to come down to our families, and we're going to go down to railings, and here's the top rail type rectangular. So click on that. It says right click and select type properties. Assign the material to iron, raw iron, and press OK. So material is right now it's on cast iron. We want to click on that. We want to assign it as raw iron. Say OK, and then say OK. So now that appears to be a uniform material. If we zoom in, everything is looking similar. Now we're going to select the second railing that was placed, so this one over here. And then in the properties box in the type selector, we're going to select railing Crescent City, and then it changes that railing to match this one. We're going to activate the parking area 3D view, which I believe that we're in right now. Yep. And we're going to use the pan tool. So pan is just, you can hold down on your mouse and pan over, pan tool, or you can zoom out, whatever you want to do. And we're going to zoom in over to the area where the car is parked. On the architecture ribbon, we are going to select railing and then sketch path. We're going to enable the chain option, which will allow us just to keep sketching the path instead of stopping and starting. It allows us just to continue on picking points. We're going to select pick a new host, all right, because we have to tell the railing where we want it to attach to. And we're going to select the curved wall. So this is the curved wall. And then we're going to use the pick tool, and we're going to select the top edge of the curved wall. So I'm going to come over here, and I want to select this top edge of this curved wall, if possible. Alright, and then I wanted to select the 2 walls that are indicated. So it says to select this wall, and then to select this wall. And then it says to select the remaining connected walls, but not the lower wall. So it looks like we need this wall here, and then this wall over here. And then we're going to click the green check mark to finish the sketch. And then it now placed the railing all the way around. However, I did choose the wrong railing. So I have to come over here and do the Crescent, change that to Crescent City, and it will update the railing type. Right, so it now placed a railing all the way around the outside of that parking structure. And then if we zoom out, we can see the entire thing. And that's the end of that exercise.